This is the birth of a nation. Native, Caucasian, American, African slave and immigrants settling, sweltering melting pot, mixing up the citizens, beginning to end, birth of a nation. Native, Caucasian, American, African slave and immigrants settling, sweltering melting pot, mixing up the citizens, beginning to end, birth of a nation. What began in the land for the native was followed by the basis of terrain made supreme through enslavement. I could see the slave ships with my forefathers' faces, a predestiny beyond races. Most interpretations show victory for our nation, the conquering a savage Indian, Negroid simpleton. Greatest crimes were witnessed then, but no laws for men, minus the Anglo-Saxon fraction. Skin pigmentation placed us in another class than white settlers who embellished their past. Alas, the natives' history was erased quick, therefore a face became faceless. Dare I say a facelift, or broadening the nostrils, bigger lips and eyes, something disguised as inhumane to brutalize. Taught to love the bluish eyes, lest you and I take their statements and let's debate them. The birth of a nation. Native, Caucasian, American, African slave and immigrants settling, sweltering melting pot, mixing up the citizens, beginning to end, birth of a nation. Native, Caucasian, American, African slave and immigrants settling, sweltering melting pot, mixing up the citizens, beginning to end, birth of a nation. No longer natives, they immigrated from old world places to make a broad new world their own oasis. A melting pot placed in contrast with colonial spaceship. English citizens wake up to new arrivals, been on survival, be it religious or political. Fleeing from persecution is critical. Told that an economy grows beyond your shores, then of course do what it takes to get across that vast ocean. Last notion of being lost in a land that ain't rightfully yours. A people divided become unified into one. From Ellis Island to slums and ghettos, marching to the beat of a drum. Declare independence to some, freedom to all, come in the form of the speech of the gun. Assemble young, tell them revolution has come. Have you been waiting? Take a journey with Rex, birth of a nation. Native, Caucasian, American, African slave and immigrants settling, sweltering melting pot, mixing up the citizens, beginning to end, birth of a nation. Native, Caucasian, American, African slave and immigrants settling, sweltering melting pot, mixing up the citizens, beginning to end, birth of a nation. Modern times tell me we progress, from destiny manifest, 13 colonies expand to the west, 50 states now govern the universe. Big brother request, little brother show our power, respect. Michelle stressed, for the first time she proud of US. They chanted yes, we can and we did, I guess. But yet, Martin's dream deferred. Wollstonecraft scene I heard, mother of a movement urge. All my dams think equal to surge. Free people emerge from the Great Depression submerged. Supreme law find written in words. Proclamation of revolt, no longer to a king I serve. This day and age, do we really deserve what was written in blood? Evil or good, amendment preserved. Plane crashed through the tower as the tower tumbled down to the basement. Birth of a nation. Native, Caucasian, American, African slave and immigrants settling, sweltering melting pot, mixing up the citizens, beginning to end, birth of a nation. Native, Caucasian, American, African slave and immigrants settling, sweltering melting pot, mixing up the citizens, beginning to end, birth of a nation.
Let a new earth rise, let another world be born. Let a bloody peace be written in the sky. Let a second generation full of courage issue forth. Let a people loving freedom come to growth. Let a beauty full of healing and a strength of final clenching be the pulsing in our spirits and our blood. Let the martial songs be written. Let the dirges disappear. Let a race of men now rise and take control.
This has been Avengers Radio Volume 1. On behalf of my ECA counterparts, I want to thank those who stuck around to listen to the whole show, even if it wasn't what you were expecting to hear today. As for Mr. Rushmore here, hopefully this incident will serve as a warning to these other fear-peddling on-air personalities who insist on force-feeding their opinions to the petrified masses. Yo, man, I hope you got someone who cares about you enough to come to the station and untie you, man, because we out of here. People, keep your eyes open. Don't be scared to question things. DC the Midi Alien, East Coast Avengers. Until next time, peace. Mexican